Hi, and welcome to Two Ordinary Nerds. We're taking over for Dateline tonight. On tonight's show on Dateline, he's a murderer. He's been out around the galaxy. What are we... no, that didn't work. I was just trying to do like a Dateline entry, and it didn't pan out.
It did not.
You know, because we're always trying to do a different voice. That's what we decided on the last podcast. Welcome to our... What podcast is this?
This is Two Ordinary Nerds. We're two ordinary nerds talk about nerdy things. But this week...
But what is today? We're starting a new trend today. Today is our quarter season finale.
And we're going to talk about Star Wars. The Last Jedi.
Not the first, not the middle.
But the last.
Yeah. Like our quarter season finale. It's not the last, it's not the half point.
What beer is this that we're drinking today?
Well, we did say we were going to stick with foreign beers. So, on this podcast, which is amazing that we've never really had this on ours.
But good old Guinness.
Guinness. And I have to say, I am probably, I don't know, I'm definitely getting older because I used to not be a huge fan of Guinness, but this is not bad.
No, it's good. I like for me, it tastes almost like coffee.
Yeah. Maybe it's because it's in the bottle, but I don't know. But it tastes a lot better.
Yeah. So, I'll say, don't be like Luke and go into a, please join us. Join that warrior, like, please join
join us, you shall.
Okay, let's go.
Fuck it.
So, the Star Wars The Last Jedi has been out for a couple weeks by now. I've seen it twice.
I've seen it twice
too.
Where'd you saw it the second time?
Uh-huh.
When'd you see it again?
A week ago.
Okay.
I'm very. This is gonna be a good episode because I am one of those that the haters. I don't completely hate the movie. I see the good parts, but I understand what parts were completely, for me, not destroy the movie because it's still a good movie, but it didn't make too much sense in the overall story. But basically, the movie starts out with Rey and Luke. Luke, he is giving out the Jedi way.
No, well, it starts out with
Poe.
Which I thought that... So Poe, they're trying to escape the rebel base. But they come to find out that it's a trap. See it? Did that. Right.
Well, Poe made the trap.
Well, no. Well, they were trying to escape.
He tried to make a trap.
Yeah.
To get him out, and that caused hardly, and caused the rebellion. Not even caused Leia's almost death, but she got incapacitated for a lot of part of the movie. That's on this Leia's section, and that when Poe basically is able to destroy one of their ships, but at cost of all the bombers that they had. And there's this scene where Leia's ship gets blown off, or like a section of the ship gets blown away, and she gets to
sucked out of the ship.
The
vacuum of space pulls her out.
And I think that would have been a great way to kill her and let her go.
You see,
I did not like that all of a sudden she's fucking force sensitive, that she can survive the vacuum of space for 10 or 15 seconds. Well, any other human being in the galaxy would have done instantly.
Yeah, but they have the Force in them. They're Skywalkers, so
yeah. But there is, hey, if you slowly introduce little bits of pieces, I will get it.
I like how they did it though, because I don't think that it needed to be something that needed when. They said, Rian Johnson said that it was just something that was more reactive than something she had learned. She was in a dangerous spot, her body basically took over. Which I was like, okay, that's pretty cool.
Well, that's a lame fucking excuse.
That's what happens all the time.
No, that's
what happened with Rey.
It's called poor writing. Rey was fighting a guy who got shot by a blaster in the stomach, who was hurt, and then she used a little bit of force. She did not yell like, fucking force choke Kylo.
She didn't force choke anybody.
Well, exactly. Because that's what basically Leia did. Was she like...
No, she just used...
She used the force to push her when she has never
You know what
shown...
They haven't shown it yet because Disney owns them now. Leia is Magneto.
Oh.
See?
So, that's
I like that part.
I just don't like that the Last Jedi by itself is a good movie. Last Jedi in the Star Wars universe is, now Jedi has a Force, she is a Force user. No explanation. Well, the director said it was more of a reactionary thing. It's bad writing.
I don't think it's bad writing. Because I think it would be bad writing if they would have just killed her off then, because it's like, oh, hey, this woman died. Let's find an easy way to kill her off. I think they gave the fans what they wanted.
Don't explode her.
Everyone has been wanting her to have some form of force powers because that's who she is.
You're telling me that fucking Luke Skywalker, who was a Jedi, was barely able to pull a lightsaber from the ground to his hand to kill the Wampa?
Mm-hmm.
But fucking Leia can just fucking force herself to
But listen,
in the vacuum of space without a single fucking thing of training, and it's not bad writing compared to the rest of Star Wars. Not by itself. Hey, the rest.
Listen, there's been some technological advances in Jedi training. Okay?
That's the thing. So it goes there. I didn't like it. I guess you enjoy that section. I just think.
I mean, I have my there are complaints that I have with this movie. But I would say this movie is definitely one of my. It's in my top 3 probably.
Oh no! Not
yeah, I thought this. I mean, I think mainly because they introduced so much more lore in the movie, and they're getting away from the whole Skywalker shit that they introduced, and they
half of the movie was fucking Skywalker shit.
I know. But it's still, they're introducing new lore, like at the end of the movie with the kid with the broom. And then they have, they finally show the Praetorian Guards fighting, which is the best fucking part of the whole movie.
The Emperor Guards?
Yep. They're called, I have a complaint. So, there's this guy that I follow, he does like live blogs on Facebook that my girlfriend showed me. It's like a Disney blog guy. He goes every day, and then they're like Disney junkies or something. Anyways, he was giving out T-shirts or hoodies, and he's like, "You have to guess a Star Wars character that's on my my desk." And as he was going through that, someone put in the live stream, "Oh, Praetorian Guard." He's like, "The hell's a Praetorian Guard?" I stood up and I was like, "Man, this guy has no fucking right to ever. You can't have a giveaway if you don't know." And You want to know what ended up being on his desk?
What?
A Gungan. Goddamn Gungan. Like, dude, no one cares about Jar Jar's clan.
But going back to the movie, so after Leia survives, there's a whole bunch of Luke and
Well, I think we gave it way too soft. Okay, so the beginning of the movie ends up with the First Order is pursuing the rest of the rebels. This is right after the Death Star, whatever, big planet blows up. This is like maybe a day later. And so, in order to distract them while everyone else gets out, Poe goes one-on-one with what they call it? It was like a big, I want to call it the Juggernaut, bitch.
That was a big Star Destroyer?
Yeah, it was like a huge Star Destroyer.
With a big cannon, basically.
Yeah, and so he was trying to get rid of all the gun turrets, so then the rest of the air or the fighters can come in and attack. So he did that, and then like Daniel had said, the bombers come in, all of them get destroyed because Poe is cocky and the flyboy. Which I will have to say, out of the movie, a lot of people were complaining about his story, but I really liked his story. I thought it makes sense to build his character up. Like he's like, oh no, this is what I've been doing the whole time. I can fucking do this.
The thing I complain with his story that didn't make sense, I get bad storytelling, is he is supposed to be a leader of the fucking rebellion. And he does not recognize one of the fucking generals. The girl with the purple hair.
Yeah, okay.
He's supposed to be like...
That's a valid argument because I had no fucking idea. I never thought of that.
He's like supposed to be like, oh, who the fuck are you? I'm so-and-so.
God damn it, Poe, are you fucking blind? I mean,
that's because she's a woman?
Now I gotta go... Jesus.
That is sexist, Poe.
Yeah.
The girl with the purple hair was pretty badass.
Yeah.
But
I was listening to the Nerdist did a review of the movie before Christmas, and I really liked their idea. Jessica Chobot had said, what would be a lot better in that scenario is if that lady kind of took over Leia's position and Leia took her spot. I think it would have been meant more, and then she would have had more of like a balls to the wall out where, people would have been like, fuck yeah, Leia, you get it. Because, this has been her life. I mean, that's all she cared about. Her family got killed by the Death Star. Everyone's died. Her dad was fucking Darth Vader. So I think that would have been a way better out. Although, that being said, I do like the general, going out and...
I do agree with you in that aspect that I think Leia would have made more sense.
God damn it, why did I fucking pick up on that shit?
Which one?
About Poe not knowing who the goddamn general is.
Yeah, she's like, well, who the fuck are you?
Yeah.
She's the second in fucking command.
Yeah.
He should have talked more to her than to fucking Leia.
Oh, yeah.
But that's another different story. I just want to go instead of, watch the movie and then come join us.
Yeah, we're just going to talk.
Yeah,
fuck it, we don't need to talk about it.
I'm not going to tell you the fucking story. Just go and watch it. My complaint on this movie...
You have to give positive things, though, also.
I will tell the positives.
We're going to do complaint section
I'm going to do my complaints first.
Okay,
and then we're going to do your complaints later. And then I'm going to do what I like. And we can finish this off with you just being a fanboy and jacking off really quick. My complaint of Luke Skywalker is first number one is he's a fucking Jedi Knight. He's not a knight. He's a master. He is in the top level. He's like
the Eagle Scout of a.
Yeah, he is top shit.
He's a goddamn den leader, is what he is.
He would not kill Darth Vader because he saw a light of hope in him. But his own fucking nephew has some bad mambo jumbo dreams. He hasn't killed a single soul.
Well, that was the.
He hasn't killed a single soul, and he takes a little bit of dark side, and he's gonna try to kill him, but then stops himself and then gets overpowered by Kylo Ren. He's a fucking Jedi Master. This is Yoda versus Obi-Wan when he was a Padawan, and Obi-Wan wiping the floor over Yoda. No, it does not make sense.
What?
It doesn't make sense because he is hopeful from the get-go. He has always been hopeful, always been good, charismatic and good, and all of a sudden he gets like this weird temptation when he's a master of all things. Doesn't make sense.
So what my take on that is that, they've all said that a little bit of dark creeps in every now and then, and you have to find your way back. And I think that, and I agree with him being a master. When Yoda was a master, that shit wouldn't have fucking crept in. So I don't think there's any way that would have happened.
Do you think Anakin as a Padawan would have beaten Yoda in a force fight?
No.
Exactly. It doesn't make sense. I understand why they did it. It's like, Luke is a goody two shoes. Let's make him more complex. They could have done it in 100 better ways than he was gonna be like, hey. He didn't see the evil or friends the evil because he didn't want to have preference, and his love towards against Kylo Ren was too big, so he forced himself and distanced himself and had that conflict there and that Kylo resents him because maybe he was a better student than some other of these guys, and Kylo resents Luke for not showing that, but he was forcing himself not to show any emotion towards his nephew, and that created attention. But hey, no, he's a Jedi Master. He sees his nephew, senses a little bit of darkness. Instead of saying, hey, come over here, let's talk, I'm sensing this thing, let's make it this. No, he's like, I'm gonna go to his fucking bedroom when he's sleeping, and try to murder him, but then, no, I'm not gonna murder him. And then he gets beaten by Kylo Ren 4. But I didn't like that Kylo Ray interactions. I didn't like so much Ray Luke Skywalker interactions.
I want to interrupt you before you go further on the note.
Okay.
I will say, I did find that a little odd with the Luke part, but the way they did it, I liked how they did Luke's side, Kylo's side, then the real side. I thought that was cool. How they showed 3 different stories, but the last one was real, and they showed how it actually happened. It was a little odd that, obviously he's a master. Why would he ever do something like that? And who knows, maybe after his dad's shit, he kind of lost it a little bit or something. But out of all the complaints I have, it's definitely not my biggest complaint about the Luke scenario. I definitely have a bigger complaint than that.
The Rey and Kylo Ren interactions and how they were pushing each other to the dark to the light, to the dark to the light, and how it was really awesome. Then there was a little bit of bits of pieces that I liked the comedy. It made me laugh. And I thought that it was good jokes. But like, for example, Pose at the beginning doing the little...
I love that, though. Everyone hates that. I fucking loved it.
I think it's funny.
I thought it was hilarious.
I think it's funny. It makes no sense.
I think people don't like change, and that's the controversial part, is people don't want... They're so stuck in nostalgia that they're like, oh, I want my Star Wars to be dark, gritty... And, kind of adventurous.
It doesn't have to be dark, gritty, and adventurous.
I think it's
but there's this... Star Wars has always been like a subtle joke. Like, I love you.
Yeah.
I know, nod. Knock, knock. I mean, I thought it was funny.
But that's a different character. That's Poe. I
thought it was funny.
Yeah.
But let's be honest. It doesn't make sense. It makes 0 sense.
I thought it was perfect.
But did it make sense?
My joke... Oh, yeah, I thought it was great.
So you think...
he's trying to distract him in
he will be blown off. If a random fucking TIE fighter would have... He would have been... Shoot him.
If there was someone in charge better. But the General Grievous is that was his name, right?
No, not General Grievous.
It is General Grievous. That's from someone else. General... Whatever his name is. He is more of a... he's not... He's young.
But I mean, it doesn't make sense if you're young. That's the thing.
General Grievous is the...
General Hux.
Hux is the new guy. Grievous is the one from Attack of Clones, and the one with the 4 lightsaber arms.
So I didn't like it. I liked the joke. It made me laugh. I thought it was funny, but I thought it wasn't not the time or place for something like that.
I'll disagree with you because I liked it, but I mean that's what.
But like I said, I liked it. It made me laugh.
I think
both times.
If that was. Whatever, the first general, I can't think of his name either right now. I hate being put on the spot. The one that was in Rogue One and in the original movies.
Uh-huh.
He would have been like, fuck that guy, we're going to blow him up because I'm just, that's who I am. But if Hux is so young and he's just like, oh, this one's just tempting my ego, then he's like, okay, we're going to argue with this guy. And that's what, I think what they were getting at is that he's fucking with his ego. And of course, that was before Snoke died. But yeah,
it wasn't my. I liked it. I just didn't think it was for Star Wars. But so basically, that my last complaint would have been Luke's death.
Oh, this is a good topic.
So Luke's death, I quite didn't get the whole entire ordeal. Like he was. Force. He used too much force, too much energy, and he died. But I think it's bad storytelling if the director has to come after the movie and tell you what the fuck happened. Anything that's for me bad storytelling. A good storytelling, or make it ambiguous, like who knows? And the director it's whatever you think as a person. But if the director has to come in like, well, he used too much force energy, and that's why he passed away. It's bad storytelling.
You see, but I caught on to that from watching the movie.
I just think it was like, why,
Flat out, okay. So, the conception of the death, like where he dies, was perfect. Like they showed the 2 moons, he's like, oh my god, I'm like in heaven. That part's cool, where it was old school, like Yoda disappeared.
Yeah.
But...
like a Jedi Master.
It was cool. That being said, it's lazy because they're just trying to get rid of all these fucking old characters. I don't like that he died because I was really hoping it wasn't going to be a Han Solo move where they're like, oh hey, yeah, we'll have you here dead. But instead, I mean, I guess he fought in a battle.
He's going to show up in ghost mode.
He is. Hopefully, we saw in this movie where Yoda could use stuff outside of the ghost world.
They're normally not interfering with the events.
But I don't know. I feel like it was a corporate decision. Like, hey, we got to put these characters in these movies to make the fans happy, so we can continue the story. But we need to get rid of him.
I wish they did it. I wish they did Luke Grey Jedi.
That's what I was wanting. I wanted him to do a Grey Jedi because
he didn't. They didn't.
They need to introduce that shit.
They already have in the cartoons.
Well, yeah, but not in
the movies.
I haven't watched any of the cartoons like Clone Wars or anything.
It's the newer one, and then Ahsoka Tano, which is Anakin's Padawan. She becomes Grey.
Okay, the girl with like the horns or whatever.
She becomes a Grey Jedi. But things that I liked that maybe a lot of people don't like was Rose and
Finn
storyline. I liked it. I enjoyed it. I enjoyed both of them. I enjoyed their little characters.
I enjoyed their storyline also.
Didn't like so much. More like I'm okay with it was with Benicio del Toro's character.
I liked him though. I thought he was interesting. Like he brought a new interesting twist to it.
But I feel like they had to be. I think I want to see the director's cut where there's 50 more minutes.
Oh, there is?
Yeah, there's a start because it makes. He's there for so little.
Yeah.
Like they spend it seems they're gonna spend some time develop that character. He's gone. You're like, okay. I mean, that's why when we were like, I didn't got to like him or dislike him. I was like, okay, well he seemed interesting, and I want to have more, but. One
of their biggest faults is that there's just so many characters in this fucking movie that they're trying to service.
But don't you agree that it seemed like he was going to have a bigger role or a bigger part? And then
when he's a fucking Academy Award-winning actor, you would think that he would have a bigger part.
So that's... I liked him. I didn't like him. I didn't dislike him.
Did you like the casino?
I thought it was interesting. I thought it was kind of fun.
I thought another reason, everyone complained... there's a lot of complaints about it, but I liked it because, once again... I'm for more of the change. I liked the expansion of the universe because we all know about this stuff in the universe, but it's not in the movies. They don't show it in anything really except for maybe in the cartoon. So it's cool if they keep making these movies if they expand the universe. Like they show, oh hey, there's a gray part in there where there's, oh this person's selling ships to this person and this person.
Yeah.
The bad and the good. There is a gray area in there. And that's the cool thing because every time we watch the movie it's like, oh, there's bad and good. There's nothing in between. Bullshit.
Yeah, I think it was, and I did like how Finn became it more or less. I thought it was implied at the end of the movie, the first one, episode was 6,
7.
Are
you talking about Force Awakens?
Yeah, Force Awakens. That he became a hero, but no, you can see in the beginning that he still he finally is becoming a hero and willing to sacrifice himself. And I think how Rose did a really good job. The actress did a really good job.
Now,
I liked her.
I'm going to take a twist on this and complain about something that you didn't complain about.
Okay.
I think Finn should have died. I think Finn should have ran his fucking ship into that goddamn laser because it would have been way better storytelling. It would just been more emotionally impactful than getting an awkward kiss from a girl who's about to pass out. I just don't get... That was such an emotional part, and then all of a sudden it's just like, and it's done. Because she pushes him out of the way, and I get that she cares about him, but I feel like it would have been... There would be something in Star Wars that you wouldn't expect to happen. And if he would have just ran into it, blow it up, then it would have been like, holy shit, that was a huge fucking part. Like, that's a big goddamn deal.
Yeah. I think he did it because they wanted to make some conflict with Rey. Her temptation is going to be him and being jealous of Rose, and that's going to be her little temptation.
No, that look that her and Poe had at the end, I was just like, yeah, I'll ship it. I want to ship that. Poe and Rey versus, I feel like Rose and Finn work together fine because they're both like, I think that works great.
But I think it's going to be that temptation with Finn being jealous of Rose. So, I think that's just Star Wars.
Yeah.
Well, director's going to be coming out the next 2 weeks later. Well, it's their aliens and they can have multiple.
Yeah.
That's...
But how is she Qui-Gon?
Something that I like. I like Yoda. There are people thinking that he looked too... fake.
Yeah, but he was the actual animatronic. Everyone thought it was CGI, and they actually used the real animatronic.
I thought I liked that. I liked Yoda.
Because they used a lot of CGI on the background of an animatronic, and that's what...
It didn't bother me that they burned the tree down.
I love that. I love the fact that they showed, because you always, like, when Obi-Wan dies, he's like, if you strike me down, I'll become more powerful than you can ever imagine. And that you don't see how. You see a bunch of old dudes hanging out around, training a kid, but that's it. That's all you see. You don't see anything else, how they're more powerful. I'm like, dude, you're a fucking ghost. How are you more powerful? Because you're like, you can live forever.
So
but then,
for example, in sorry to interrupt.
Oh, you're fine.
But it's one of the movies, Knights of the Old Republic, the first one, I think. They're
in the game.
Yeah, the game. So there's the bad guy. He dies, and he becomes Stormfront, and he starts like fucking with everybody. So the game, the guy has to basically revive him, so he can kill him. So he can kill him, so he couldn't because he was more powerful as a ghost. So the entire mode is, how can I get this guy back to living so I can kill him so that he doesn't do this anymore?
So that would be cool if they did something like that with Luke. But like, I really want to see. I want to see Luke come out of that in like, in like a tough moment where Luke is just like, fuck this, I gotta go help, and he actually fights like lightsaber battles like Kylo or something. That would be fucking awesome.
I really enjoyed that little battle with Rey and
Kylo with the Praetorian guards.
Yeah, and I wasn't so fun about the whole entire smoke deal. It seemed like
the smoke thing felt a little like they built this fucking character up, and it's goddamn Andy Serkis playing that character, and yet they just are like, nah, whatever, he's dead. I do like his death. I think it was a good callback to Darth Maul, who was one of the better villains, even though he didn't fucking talk. But it was cool how that happened, but it doesn't. I guess because maybe the power going to his head. That's how Kylo overpowered him. But it feels to me someone that is that adept, into using the Force.
Yeah,
he would have been like, "Fuck off, pal! I know what you're doing."
Yeah, that's what I mean. Like, it was like, it's one of those things that I didn't love, but didn't hate it. It's okay, well,
I'm kind of happy they did it. Also, because I think it's cool that we're gonna have someone. We're so used to this all-powerful Emperor or Snoke that's in charge, someone that's hired. But now we got like a evil tag team going on with Hux and Kylo, where they're both like, all right, we're gonna fight.
Kylo's the one and boss.
Correct, but it's both of them are. I mean, Hux is definitely one of my favorite parts of the movie. That dude is just. Can't fucking catch a grip. He's just like getting body slammed by Snoke, and then like when Kylo's knocked out, he like pulls his gun out slowly because he's gonna shoot him so he can be in charge. And then he's like, "Oh, what happened?" He puts it back up.
Yeah, I do enjoy that. I feel like Smoke was like Smoke, and I'm not sure if he or like Rey's parents and all that stuff.
I like that too. I hope they don't change it.
I don't think they change it, but it's like, why bring it up? I guess it has to fuck with us.
There's a theory that it's not like that's not true. That's just something he was telling her. I mean, if they find a way for it to be her parents, I want it, or someone to be her parents. I hope it's meaningful. But that'd be totally cool if it was just a bunch of drunk people, because then it shows that you don't have to be a fucking Skywalker to have powers.
Well, she's not. The Skywalkers are, Darth Vader was the most powerful force of the universe. But then he was fucking half machine, so that's why he wasn't as powerful as the rest. Mm-hmm. And Luke was, he was never overpowered. But I mean, I think the movie overall is...
I have one more complaint, and one thing before we end on that. I want to talk about... I really am disappointed about the Captain Phasma thing, because they really built her up, and I feel like Gwendolyn Christie is such a good actress, in Game of Thrones, that I feel like they're not giving that character due justice, and maybe that's part of the 50 minutes that was cut out, but in the joke realm, Chrome Dome is the dumbest goddamn joke I've ever heard. I was like, God, that's so dumb and cheesy, why did you put that in there? And I'm the king of puns, but like, Chrome Dome. That does not... Insults are not really part of Star Wars. I mean, they are like... Han would say something like that. And I guess Finn... Not like that, though. Like, they wouldn't say Chrome Dome. It just felt cheap.
Uh-huh.
But yeah, I really feel like Captain Phasma could be such a better character, and they don't really give her the justice she deserves. But the fight was cool. I like how
they're doing it like Boba Fett, where Boba Fett really is. It's not. It's more people liking his character than him being a badass, because he basically is absent from the first two.
But he's in the second one.
But he just basically gets Han Solo on leash. That's basically what he does. But it's not like in the third one he gets, It'd
be cool if they show more bounty hunters as they go on. But I really love... My favorite part, of course, is the Praetorian Guard fight scene, just because I love... I mean, the Snoke death is cool, but I really love them just going back to back. And you finally, you're always focused on seeing two people with lightsabers fighting against each other. But instead, of this instance, they were fighting with each other, light and dark side. I think it's cool that they're finally showing people, there are weapons that can hold up against, they're force weapons or whatever. What are they called? They're force weapons or something. They have a specific name for the lightsaber ones that can hold up against a lightsaber. But I think it's fucking awesome that they're showing those. That fight scene, the Praetorian Guards are just like, Kylo is a bad motherfucker, and he's getting his ass kicked by guards.
I wouldn't consider ass kicked.
If he was there by himself, he would have lost.
He was like eight fucking dudes.
Yeah, but still.
Two of the robots in Attack of the Clones, I think it was.
Are you talking about the roller ones?
Yeah,
with the shields?
Basically almost defeated two Jedis.
Yeah.
So I think, Jedis are not 10 dudes with fucking, unless you're a Yoda or a big one, 10 fucking dudes with pistols aren't going to kill you.
Yeah.
Like if they're good. Not a clone trooper. But 10 good characters could defeat a Jedi. If they do a circle and...
But yeah, I like how they have the fight. So did you catch on that Luke, when he came onto the ship, he left the Jedi books and on the Millennium Falcon?
Oh, no.
Yeah, they didn't blow up. They're on there. Like when Finn takes out the blanket to put on Rose, they're in there. Then another thing that I know. So when Kyle and I went to fucking Kyle and I saw the movie a second time, there's a guy in there. The dude is just real Star Wars fan. He just would not stop talking to us about until the movie started. Nice guy, but he's like, so did you notice when Luke was fighting? He's like, did you notice that when you see Kylo move, you see dust, you see the salt turns to red, but for Luke, nothing happens. And I watched that, I'm like, oh shit, I didn't even notice that.
I didn't notice either. My favorite part was the walkers.
Oh yeah, I like the new AT-AT walkers.
The new AT&T
The
new AT&T walkers.
Uverse.
And the Verizon Star Destroyers.
Yeah.
I like how they show some involvement.
Oh yeah. I hope they get away from the Death Star thing, because it's cool that they have a base.
They won't come back to the Death Star.
Hopefully not, because obviously that just doesn't work. They always blow them up. It'd be cool if
they always blow them up.
It'd be cool if they finally they got their own planet. I don't know. Yeah, but I'm waiting for another Sith to come around, because there's always got to be a balance in the Force.
There's always two Sith, because it's not Darth Sidious, Darth Plagueis.
Yeah, something like that.
The rule of two. There used to be a shit ton of Sith, and then him and his apprentice kill all the Sith. And the idea is the rule of two is because one is the master, one is the apprentice. The apprentice is gonna become stronger than the master, kill the master, get an apprentice, and then that's how you get stronger and stronger. I think now it's coming that it's gonna be like a shit ton of Sith, shit ton of Jedi, not two Jedi versus two Sith.
A good theory I heard is, I think that Kylo is gonna get back the Knights of Ren.
And kill like 6 or 7 knights.
Yeah, like his Jedi or whatever, like his own evil Jedi. I wouldn't say they're Sith though, because Kylo doesn't act like a Sith, because if he was a full-fledged Sith, he would have had no remorse about shooting at Leia. He would have been like, I don't give a fuck about you, even if you're my mom, I would have killed, But
we don't know that.
We don't know that, but...
Well, Darth Vader always had...
Towards his mom, yeah, I guess.
He had towards his mom. He had towards
which would be the same feeling.
But towards his kids too. He was like, join me. He wasn't like, yeah, fuck you. He was like, he tried to get them back. He thought they were dead. He figured it out that Luke Skywalker was his son during the movies.
I always figured, like, the Sith, like, when I picture the Sith, I picture people like Darth Maul. Like, I never pictured, although he is evil, I never pictured Darth Vader as a full-fledged Sith. Like, but Emperor Palpatine, definitely a fucking Sith.
But a Sith has...
dark. Yeah, it's the dark side.
Yeah, but I mean, the motto...
Join the dark side.
Let's see if I can get Sith motto. So the Sith motto is, peace is a lie, there's only passion. Through passion I gain strength. Through strength I gain power. Through power I gain victory. And through victory my chains are broken. The force shall free me. That's the Sith motto. So they don't have to be like completely fucking assholes, but that's their thing. And the Jedi is, there's no emotion, there's peace. There's no ignorance, there's knowledge. There's no passion, there's serenity. There's no chaos, there's harmony. There's no death, there's the force. So they're both, depending how you want to see it, they both could be one or the other. Mm-hmm. Because passion, you can see it as something negative, or you can see it as something positive. Like love is passion, you know?
Alright. So overall, I would say I like that movie a lot. I mean, I love it. I love when the general lady fucking light speeds into the goddamn spaceship. That was the coolest. That was so awesome.
I always thought she was going to be a badass, cool, good character, but you thought at the beginning that she was going to be...
Oh, I even hit you in the theater and was like, told you she's fucking bad.
And then I was like, no, I don't think so. Yeah. It makes a lot of sense what she's saying. To me, it was like, it makes a lot of sense. I would fucking have him court-martialed if it was me, the boss.
But sorry.
Yeah, like, Poe was a fucking idiot.
Yeah. He lost all of their goddamn bombers.
He almost lost the war.
Yeah. I think that... my favorite still, no matter what, is Return of the Jedi.
I think, for me, is... Yeah, Return of the Jedi, The Empire Strikes Back, and number 3 has to be Rogue One, A New Hope, then The Force Awakens, and then Episode 2, 3, then this, and Episode 1.
You put this down with Phantom Menace? You hate it that much? It's just...
I didn't mind the Phantom Menace. I like all the Star Wars. I give Phantom Menace... I enjoy it. And the thing is...
It is fun.
Poe's initial joke, for me, is par with stupid joke with Jar Jar.
Yeah.
Like, I liked it. The joke was good, and I laughed it, and I laughed it the second time I see it, and I think it's funny. But it's...
Yeah.
It doesn't make sense. It's like, there's things that I like about it, but if it don't, I know what they did with Luke, but if it doesn't make sense, it doesn't make fucking sense. You can't make Luke all of a sudden like, oh, and then change his character 180 just because you want to have more complexity.
Yeah, I would say, okay, for me, so I would do Jedi, Empire, The Last Jedi, Force Awakens, A New Hope.
Jesus, you put Rogue
One, and then I would do probably Attack of the Clones, Revenge of the Sith, and then Phantom Menace. Although I like Phantom Menace a lot.
You just like Darth Maul. That's the only.
Well, that fight scene, is amazing. The music is also really good. But yeah, other than that, I would say, I really like this movie because it's something different.
I thought, for me, Rogue One,
it's amazing,
and the jokes were good. And they make sense.
I would say Rogue One is probably tied for me for that and New Hope. Because I've never been a huge... People are fucking killing me for this, but I like New Hope, but it's not as, like, you compare that movie, everyone's like, oh, it's the first Star Wars, it's the best ever. I'm like, I think that's just your nostalgia talking. But if you compare it to Return of the Jedi is fucking amazing. I mean, that movie is...
Yeah, but I mean, I like them all. Like I said, I think Return of the Jedi is the best.
I love all of them.
But I think
none of them suck.
Yeah, none of them suck. So it's for me to put in this one. I think I'm gonna need to see the next movie to actually portray this one. And I think Return of the Jedi it's that good because of A New Hope. Mm-hmm. New Hope put a good foundation and everything.
Yeah, everything's built off. Yeah.
So this one, maybe by itself, is not as strong, but that makes the third one really good. And that's my hope. That's A New Hope for me.
I would give it 4 3/4 beers.
4 out of 5?
Yep.
3.5.
Yeah, that's average.
I mean, I'm gonna buy it. I'm gonna purchase. I'm gonna watch it again. I'm gonna watch it a couple times, but nah.
I'll go see it probably again this weekend in the theater.
Oh really?
Yeah, I have to go. My mom hasn't seen it yet.
And
so,
what other movies have you seen?
Well, I know we'd watched this movie called Bright. That's on Netflix.
Horrible.
I thought it was really fun, but I really felt like it was just bad boys with orcs and magic. It really felt like it was Will Smith made a movie that was literally just bad boys with medieval shit.
For me, it was D&D, like a D&D based in actual times.
Yeah,
but
it was fun. I liked it. I it took me a lot last night to watch it because Black Mirror.
Could you focus on the
movie? Once I started, I'm like, oh, this is actually a pretty good movie. But Black Mirror, I love that show just so much, and the new season just came out, so I was like, do I want to watch that? I'm in the process of watching Godless. I want to finish that. I'm like, fuck, those are really good shows. And I'm like, I'll watch this since we're going to talk about it on the podcast. And I would give it like a 3. The movie, it's good that it's on Netflix. Would I watch it again? I mean, I hope they make a second one. I think it'd be cool to see more of that universe. I think it's fun.
I think the whole entire idea was good.
Yeah.
The entire everything else was like, I can see why it got to here, but it
didn't make sense to me. I understand the plot of it. You know, obviously there's political stuff behind it. To me, it doesn't. I love Joel Osteen. I think not Osteen. Joel, whatever. His name's or his character, the orc itself. He was fucking good. Like that was the best part of the movie.
The acting wasn't bad.
Yeah, and Will Smith was great.
Storytelling was like, I think it was boring.
To me,
it took me a lot of time just to focus and seeing what's going on. I got distracted quite a bit. I
like how they portrayed like the white guys that are in there, like the skinhead guys that Will Smith called them. How they were like, their reasoning for racism is because 2,000 years ago my family fought against them with the Dark Lord. I was like, this is so ridiculous. Someone's making a racist comment about like something I would play in D&D.
Yeah.
Like this is like 30 years ago, people would be getting beaten up if they went and saw this movie. Because they're like, you fucking nerd, get out of here.
I just thought it was, I'd give it 2 stars and that's pushing it. I just think the concept and idea was good. The story was horrible, and it was just pretty boring at some point. Like really boring. And I've seen it 100 times, but this is. I thought they could have made something different, something more interesting. But I've seen it like 100 times in 100 different ways. This is really just another one.
Yeah, I mean, it was. I like the concept. I think that if they put their mind right, they could delve into it and make like something pretty badass. And I thought it was fun. Like, their characters work together. Although I don't like...
Fucking else. For me, it was like, they could have done so well with that movie. That has a great concept.
Oh, it has a great... Yeah, I agree. They could have done better.
The story was so boring.
Like, when they shot him in the chest and he died, I was like, oh man, that really sucks. Like, I feel that because he's like... He's a good person.
Saving throw.
Yeah.
Yeah. Yes!
Yeah. I got an 18! Ian would be like, fuck!
I think it would have been funny if they did something like that.
Yeah.
Like if they mentioned some sort of D&D into it, like, but...
I did think it was cool how they showed orcs having all these, like, superior abilities, like being able to smell. They could lift a lot. They're a lot stronger. I thought that was cool.
But they can't jump.
Yeah, they can't jump because they're heavy. And I'm glad they...
Racist.
Yeah.
But you think... But it's the only... I mean...
Some of the stuff was fun and interesting how they made it, but the story overall... Like...
Well, yeah, like I said,
how is it like a goddamn SWAT team goes in there and this fucking elf lady just cuts them up like they're nothing.
No.
They're walking around with fucking ARs and they don't just start shooting at her, and yet 2 B cops go in there and
1 B cop. Oh yeah, 2 B cops.
Yeah, and they both whoop their ass. Mainly just Will Smith. But I'm just like, that doesn't make sense. Although the bomb part was fucking great. I gave her the bomb. It's a good thing we're not with her. Boom! That shit was funny.
But it was just a cop movie from the 90s, but nothing new. Nothing. Like, the new thing, like, it being, like, orcs and it wasn't new. Like, it was the new thing.
The concept, bringing that to modern light is awesome.
But they didn't push the envelope. It's like, oh, we're gonna make it orcs and humans and like, oh, well, we're gonna make the orcs and the oppressed. We're gonna make the whites be the middle class, and we're gonna make the elves be the high class. But everything else is gonna be exactly the same. I think it would have been funny if they mentioned the Alamo and put something else.
Yeah.
I thought it would be funny, you know. Like, I think it would have been good if they were more, like, I don't know, it's like, instead of having a darker lore, it's because they were, you know, make it realistic. Say, the orcs were oppressed because they were a strong race, and they used them for manual labor. Mm-hmm. And that's the reason why.
I think.
And elves would live long, so they have time to invest, or time to...
I feel like the movie should have been, like, if they made Warcraft with this movie, combined them, they would have had a good movie, because Warcraft sucked. And the movie was fun to watch, but it sucked. This movie's fun to watch, but yeah, the story was not,
Like, well, let's finish this.
Alright, well, I think that's it.
That's it.
It's our quarter season finale.
We might do an episode here and there.
We'll be back in February for Black Panther and the start of Walking Dead again. To see Coral die.
So
but
follow us on Netflix. Follow us on Netflix.
Yeah.
Follow us on Twitter Nerds, Gmail, Facebook, YouTube, Instagram, Twitter. Whatever you follow anything, we're there.
Yep. Cheers.
Cheers.
Podbean. How bad?